Championships Innsbruck-Stubai 2023. Yesterday officially opened by a colorful ceremony representing the 68 nations. Nice dance performances and good vibes. Looking forward to 4 days of competition. And we're now to start the first competition, the vertical male. Welcome to Stubai. Welcome at the starting venue here in Neustift. Sehr geehrte Damen und Herren, liebe Athleten und Sportlerinnen, herzlich willkommen zur Bergauf- und Trailrunning Weltmeisterschaft Innsbruck-Stubai 2023. Die erste WM-Entscheidung wird gestartet um 13 Uhr. Das Vertical Race der Herren.
I am your host for the next 4 days, Martin Gaffuri, and I'm extremely excited to share those very special moments with you all. So if you're following on YouTube, please share with us in the comments where you're coming from. This is going to be quite an exciting time, and like I said, I am excited to share it with you all. So we need you to cheer for your home country fellow runners who are racing in each of these races. So this is the vertical today. Tomorrow is going to be the short course trail running. The day after will be the long course trail running, and the last day on Saturday will be the classic mountain running up down with 2 laps for men and women, as well as for the junior race, which will be only 1 lap. But we'll have plenty of time to get back to this later. For today, the vertical is going to be quite exciting to watch. There's obviously all the top runners here ready to line up. We're missing still a few runners amongst the top participants, but we will have a massive show and true world championship in the vertical in the men's for sure, starting with the highest ITRA index score at 925 is Patrick Kibengo. No surprise here, he will be at the front, there's no doubt about it. Manuel Innerhofer as well from Austria, local runner. Dani Osens, we're familiar with seeing that Spanish runner always doing extremely well. Cesare Maestri from Italy. Joe Gray from the US is also announced to be around. I'm not sure I've seen him at the presentation of the country presentation, but he is written as being there. So there is, and then obviously plenty of different runners, and to be honest, the exciting part of those World Championships is that it's the race of 1 day. So if anybody has a good day, like anything is up for grabs, anything can happen, and this is why I am personally very, very excited to cover this live with you all. So
welcome to the world of trail running, presented by Volkswagen R. We are one.
Yeah, so a few adjustments here still in Innsbruck. We are all in our little cabins, our little booth to do the live commentary. Very, very excited. There's going to be obviously the live in English with me. If you land on this page, it's probably not by accident, but just if you have friends who do not speak English, let's check out the opening. And there we go. This is officially the opening of the 2023 World Mountain Running and Trail Championships here in Innsbruck, Austria. Like I was saying earlier, if you're only joining us now, we're in Innsbruck, but this is where we are personally, physically, the live commentator. However, this race is in Stubai. So there are two locations where this World Championship is going to take place. The vertical will start in Stubai, and then there will be back and forth. The long course will be between Stubai and Innsbruck, the short course as well, but the other way around. And here we go. We have quite a lot of people super excited, as you expect for a World Championship. Everybody is coming from their home country to represent their own colors and bring them up high and proud as much as possible. It is a hot day today in Stubai. As you can see, people are drinking, the sun is shining. I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem, to be honest, for the vertical, but we are expecting still very high temperatures for the trail long, and that's going to be a different ball game. But if you're joining us right now on this English channel, please let us know where you are following in the world and which country you are cheering for. Here, the team Uganda, who we definitely expect to be in the forefront of this vertical, as they are every year, apart from the little issue they had last year, missing the start, sadly. So I'm glad to see them around on the start line and ready to battle it out. Some of the local favorites, obviously, this World Championship taking place in Austria. We have a lot of people that are have their fan base around here. And the warm-up is very important for this race, because not only it is very, very short, it's only 7 kilometers and just over 1,000 meters of vertical gain. But what matters, and what you guys need to know if you're not familiar with the course, is that there is about 800 to 900 meters on the flat. And that's to try and spread out the field, because then it branches into a very narrow, very steep single track where it will be difficult to pass. And so it's a bit like cross country. It's going to be very, very hard to pass. And so right from the gun, they're going to have to run as fast as possible, those 800 to 900 meters to be able to place correctly and not get stuck behind anyone. So for all of those who are trying to be competitive in this race, and obviously everybody's going to try and bring their best, but for those who want to be hitting a top 10, they're going to have to run so hard and so fast right from the gun that, like I was saying, the warm-up for here is going to be absolutely essential. And there we go. We have the starters. So a lot of people, I was telling you, Danny Osans to be expected. Definitely Emmanuel Mesa, also one old-timer who's been many times at World Champs. I'm not going to be able to read them all, but Cesare Maestri, for example. And has definitely chances to do extremely well. Kirill Philneman as well, definitely a very strong runner. Let's see, going down the list. And in the meantime, yeah, we've got everyone. So in Finland, Paraguay, Ireland, Ego, USA, Irish, Poland, Chile, Ecuador, Finland, Czech Republic, that's awesome. Everybody's here. America, let's go. Spanish team, of course. Us. And there we go. We got Taiwan, Kenya, and Uganda, of course. And yeah, let us know also who you believe will be your favorites for the top 3 in the men's first. Hold your thoughts for the women's. Let's keep the suspense going. So now we're more lined up. It's getting ready. It's heating up. It is heating up. I've just saw Danny Ossens on the images. Here is Cesare Maestri as well. And your runners from Uganda are smiling. Oh yeah, it's about to get real, ladies and gentlemen. Woohoo! I don't know if you're excited, but I know I am. First day of the live coverage here at the 2020 World Mountain Running and Trail Championships. This is going to be quite insane. Danny Ossens here in the front line. There we go. I was telling you about him. I didn't see him yesterday, but here he is. Joe Gray, a veteran of mountain running. He has been mountain running champion at least one time that I remember when it was extremely hard and technical. It was the up and down in South America. So much talent here on this starting line. And it's good to see you all here cheering for your countries. It's gonna be awesome. And if you have any insight on the runners that are participating and you want us to share that with the world, well, be our guest, share everything, let us know, and we will share that, of course, with everyone gladly as indeed. There we go. They're getting in the zone. We got different attitudes, different faces. Some people are kind of dancing away to the music. Some people are getting quiet. Remembering why you're here. What are your intentions? And man, as much as it is such a privilege and an honor to be on that starting line representing your country, I'm not sure I'd be super excited to be here because that's going to be such an intense start. Like I said, about 800 meters to 900 meters on the flat, and where they're going to have to place, because after that moment, it's going to go uphill, and it's essentially going to go up like flat out. And the thing is, like I said, it's going to be extremely narrow trail, so it's going to be hard to pass. So if you are not placed there, it's going to be extremely challenging and require additional effort to pass and move up the field, at least for the first part of the course. Then it flattens out again on a kind of a flatter undulating section, and it kind of opens up as well. And so that's going to be another opportunity to pass. And then the very final part, the last 1.1 kilometer, is going to be all uphill, 200 meters up a ski slope, and that's going to make, I think, a very big difference in the field, potentially a change of leader even, because it's going to favor those who are capable of running on the extremely steep sections, and that not all the runners are like that. So I think we are minutes to start now, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's even less than 1 minute. I hope you're excited. Hell, like I said, I am indeed. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. The countdown has started. And there we go. Oh no, I think there was a tumble. There was a tumble. Oh, I hope they're okay. But that's it. The 2023 Vertical World Championship is on here in Stubai in Austria. And I think it was a Spanish runner who had fallen and perhaps injured their shoulder. But it's on, and I see Joe Gray right in the lead, opening up that field. And that was the thing. The goal from the organizers was to kind of try and spread out the field. But since the runners knew they had to run hard, I don't see this field spreading at all. It is now from Kenya, who's now leading the dance. And as you see, they do a bit of a loop right in a village.
No one in the VK. You got guys? Yeah.
And we've got a runner from Canada. This is slowing down a little bit, kind of going into a groove, but I'm pretty sure they're still very close to a 3-minute K pace right now. And the usual suspect, Kenya, Uganda. And we have Alexandre Ricard as well from Canada, who's in the forefront. And that's what I love about the race. So Joe Gray has already fallen back a little bit. I mean, that pace is probably indeed very, very crazy. And nobody wants to be left behind. Pretty good showing so far. So I don't know if he is pushing a little more than he should. But Alexandre Ricard right now amongst it with all the Kenyan and Ugandan runners. And they're on. And you'll see they will branch out right when they get to that kind of a tree line. And that's where things will get real and get right into the trail. And like I said, this is single track and boom, it's on. And as expected, this is what I was telling you. You don't want here, Roberto De Lorenzi, I can see here, you don't want to get stuck. These are precious seconds that are just flying away. And I tell you what, Alexandre Ricard, even if he reached out potentially a little bit too much, that was a very good strategy. We all knew it, but obviously not everybody is capable of running so fast on the flat right from the gun. And as you see now, they all lined up. So there we go, intermediary result. Philemon Kiriago, no surprise here. And then it drops down. Joe Gray in 13th position. Theodore Klein from France as well. Danny Osson's 24th. Man, that must have been hell of a start. So we'll have camera runners, because this is one of the first time we also get such a live coverage. You had this in Thailand a little bit, but this is next level live coverage. Ladies and gentlemen, we have many camera runners, so they'll be on foot, trying to keep up with the runners and offering you images right from the field, so you can see the faces of the runners. You can see how crazy the pace is. And already, yes, the field is stretching pretty thin on that climb. If you're joining us right now, again, this is a 7-kilometer course, all uphill, about 1,020 meters precisely of climbing. And there was an open race as well that was happening only a few hours ago. And the best time that the open race men scored was 45 minutes, 45 seconds to cover that distance. Obviously now, World Championships, that's going to be way, way, way faster. But it's hard to predict the times. It's probably going to be very, very close to 40 minutes for the lead man here on that course. And here, Alexandre Ricard from Canada, still very close, still not dropped by the Kenyans extremely well. I'm sure Canada is crazy right now. And yeah, you can hear the heavy breathing. This is not from the runners. This is actually coming from our camera runners. It is very, very tough for them to run as fast as some of the world's best runners here, especially on such a course. and obviously aim with the camera. Hopefully, there we go. He will hear probably from the studio, and he needs to frame a little bit higher so we can see what's going on here. Joe Gray from the US. And quite a strong field here. Still pretty stacked. I mean, Roberto De Lorenzi here from representing Switzerland, very strong uphill runner. He might get into a groove and start moving up the field. So there we go. That's what you've seen, the quick lap in town. And there we go. They are starting to go up the mountain, and they are now in the field in those switchbacks right there for the leaders. They will carry on down into the valley and then keep going on that steep part all the way up until they get to that almost like 180 degree left-hand turn to have that flatter section that I was telling you about. And that flatter section, a lot can happen because right now we have the big engine, the true uphill runner that are showing their strength and pushing as hard as they can. But on the flatter section, which it's still climbing allegedly, but there could be a change for all the really fast runners, and I think we'll see even more of a difference in the women's race. And then they get to the bottom of that ski slope, and this is the last part, 1.1 kilometer and 200 meters of elevation gain, and that, I believe, only a few runners will be able to run, or like, let's say, tiptoe. But possibly a few runners will just be power hiking, bent over, hand on knees, and that sometimes on a very steep uphill can really make a difference and allow you to move even faster than a runner who would be potentially running. So hopefully that will give you a little bit of an understanding of the possibilities and what's going to happen here during this World Championship of the vertical race. Once again, 7 kilometers, just over 1,000 meters of vertical climb, and here back in the mix of the runners. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's our camera runner trying to keep up and giving us those images right from the field. And I think the runners are appreciating the shade right now because, I mean, when you're going balls to the walls on such an incline and you're hot, like you're overheating extremely quickly. Some runners have, I believe, I'm not sure. I believe I saw 1 or 2 runners with water in their hand, but I think I might be wrong here. And you see, this is so good. See all the nations represented. Go, 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 Chile. Vamos. And Tere, welcome, Teresa Sanchez. Now the vertical begins indeed. They are right in the heart of the first really steep uphill section of that World Vertical Championship. Started in Stubai, Austria. Yeah, pardon the fruity language. I'm used to do a lot of live commentary, and you know, this is the beauty of trail running. We can still set the rules and kind of afford to be a little bit more amongst us. Like this is trail running. We can still hopefully. I hope I didn't offend anyone. But yeah, this is how we enjoy sharing it with you, not taking ourselves too seriously, and just for the love of the sport. Just about to hit 10 minutes into that race, and already, as you can see, the field has spread significantly. This is really impressive already, the difference that can be made over 10 minutes, because our camera runner is now standing still, as you can obviously see, and hopefully we'll switch because we have several camera runners that are spread out up on the field, and to catch the runners and then try to try to run with the leaders for as far as they can, and then they get dropped successively. So we got a bit of a recap here back at the start with some of the teams. So I'm going to let you enjoy that and try to see what's happening. So while we have this recap, I'll give you a little bit of an update. It was only after just over 2 minutes of racing. So as you can see, oh man, that pace is insane. And so yeah, that's when they're still heading up, and see, that's the gate, that's the bottleneck that you needed to make sure to pass before it got crowded. And actually the Norwegian team here with 2 runners probably still in the top 10 did pretty well here. And then as you see, it bottlenecked quite a bit, and then runners had to kind of get the elbows out. So after about 2.5 minutes, so we're 10 minutes now into the race, but we had from 2 Kenyans, Philemon Kiriago and Kimiyago Hillary, followed by 2 runners from Uganda, Kiprotich Levy and Dismas Yeko. Then from Canada, placing really, really well there, Alexandre Ricard. Philemon Abraham from Germany, that we had images as well, Eliud Cherop from Uganda, Justino Coronado from Mexico, and then another Kenyan, Patrick Kipkengo, who I personally believed would be higher up that field. So we'll see how that evolves. And to round out the top 10, Erenjia Jia from China. And we have a bit of a recap of yesterday's opening ceremony, so bear with us. So we're back looking at that mountain where those runners are now about like 15 minutes into the race, into the vertical, 7 kilometers long, about 1,000 meters of vertical gain. And if you were with us when we had the course profile, really takes place. You can really break it down into 4 different parts. The first part was about 900 meters. I'm gonna get it. 900 meters long. It was at the start, insanely fast. And oh la la, see, we have camera runners who are trying to keep up just ahead of the leaders. That's going to be insane and probably very, very hard. Our leader is probably still Philemon Kiriago Omgo. And as I was telling you, the first part, which now is done and dusted, this 900 meters on the flat to kind of spread out the field. Now the first climb, and this is where they are, right in the heart of that first steep, typical vertical mountain riding type. And the beauty of our Austrian mountains, I say our because I feel like I belong to this place now. It's very steep, rooty, kind of technical. Luckily, there hasn't been much rain, so it won't be slippery. But that will definitely challenge the runners a little more than if it was just a flat runnable uphill. So that's the second part, quite long, and then until they're gonna get about mid-mountain, still in tree line, take a huge 180-degree left-hand turn, and that's gonna be a very different section. Flatter, still. There we go. Let's see what's happening. Let's see how those runners are doing. So these are still the two runners from Kenya. So I don't think there has been a change in position. So this is still Philemon Kiriago Ombogo and Kimiaro Hillary, followed very, very closely by, I think it is still, I struggle to see the bib number here, but I think it is still Levi Kiprodish. Yeah, so no change here. And in fourth place, Dimas Yeko. So this is 2 for Kenya, 2 for Uganda. And I'm actually curious to see if Alexandre Ricard from Canada has still managed to hold on. But let's look at us. Something is happening here. As much as you want to run all the time, it looks like one of the Kenyan runners is now feeling the heat and is not able to keep up with that insane pace. He started walking, and usually these guys don't walk. Like, they are, even if that means tiptoeing a little bit, they usually think. So we see here something happening in the race that might have consequences, and allowed Levi Kiprotich from Uganda to take so far the temporary second place in this vertical world championship. Exciting things that are happening, and if our camera runner can hear us or can hear back from the studio, if we can have a quick glimpse of what's happening right behind, it would be really exciting to see who's following in fifth place, because there was indeed Alexandre Ricard from Canada and Philemon Abraham from Germany, followed by Eliud Cherup, another Ugandan runner, and Justino Coronado from Mexico. A little bit of, I don't know if you can hear that sound. The bells are ringing. This is right from the center of town. And up there, as you can see, right away in the distance is, let me try to pronounce that correctly, Elferhütte. It's like the finish line, and oh, how beautiful is that? So this is the fixed camera of the last 1.1 kilometer before the finish line. And that, as you can see, my friends, it is extremely steep. It's going to be insane. And you can see a lot of spectators have showed up. What I like to note is, I think it's the Czech Republic flag that is flying over, and it means that it is quite windy up there, that I'm sure the runners will appreciate. It seems to be going a little bit sideways, so they're not going to be like a strong headwind, because I don't think they need that kind of challenge on top of how steep that slope is. But that's it. So it sets the scene. I was telling you, the Elferhütte will be hosting all these runners, welcoming them up high on that mountain for a beautiful 360 view of Stubai. Here we go. I think we've dropped down a little bit. So that is Dismas Yeko from Uganda in fourth place. And it looks like Hilary Kimiago has put on a surge again to get back. No, ladies and gentlemen, this is the opposite. This is the opposite. The second Ugandan runner has now taken third place. Oh, I see a runner. Is this a camera runner? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I am a bit confused. No. Here we go. Back. Now we have a Ugandan runner in the lead, Levi Kiprotich, I believe. Oh, and I think we've lost our camera runner here. Keep it up, buddy. We need you. We need your eyes. And there we go. Right behind is Joe Gray, who's made his comeback after such a strong attack on the first part of the hill. A strong attack of the Kenyans and the Ugandans, who are now first, essentially in the top 4 places. Joe Gray coming in sixth place or fifth place, I believe. And you see them walking up ahead. So the Kenyan runner here is showing a little bit of a weakness, maybe due to a start that it was slightly too fast, I think. But that will have to be double checked. When we looked at behind, I believe that was Daniel Sanz. I want to double check on that. And but that would be possible because at Pikes Peak Ascent last year, Daniel Sanz had managed to come into second place ahead of Joseph Gray. So if Joseph Gray is in the mix in fifth place, it wouldn't be surprising that Daniel Sanz also has taken that spot right behind Joe Gray, and that would also be a confidence boost because he knows that he has beat the man. So there we go here, representing Team USA, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Gray looking back, trying to, I mean, he's a veteran, he knows how to race for sure. He will be checking what's going on ahead of him, behind him, keeping everybody in check, trying to control what's going on. And now he's putting on a surge, he's making his move. Woo-hoo-hoo. Ladies and gentlemen, this is something super exciting to see, as much as we're losing sight now of the men's leader. It's good to drop back a little bit in the field. I don't know if it was purposely or our camera runner is starting to fade, but it's very, very good for us because we can see a little bit more what is going on right behind. And yes, everybody's giving a big shout out to our camera runner. Thank you for him. We are just over 20 minutes into the race, which would mean potentially we are about halfway for the total time of the race, because like I said, the race was won in the open category just earlier this afternoon in 45 minutes and 45 seconds. And we're expecting those champions to probably shave between 3 to 5 minutes on that time. And we're waiting them. So they will be coming from the left-hand side of your screen up on that gravel path. And then they will hit those switchbacks, that relentless final climb that is way steeper than it looks. And I believe a lot of the runners will be power hiking, even in the men's guys. This is going to be quite something, and there we'll see the difference between trying to keep running and tiptoeing, like usually the runners, the Kenyan runners and the Ugandan runners try to do. I think Joe Gray also is always a very, very strong runner, regardless of the climb. But we see a lot of European runners power hiking at an incredibly fast pace. And when they bend over, hand on knees, that also changes the muscle chain, and therefore potentially move as fast, if not faster, than someone running and tiptoeing. So that'll be very, very interesting to see what happens in this last 1.1 kilometer in distance and 200 meters of climb. And I think you can see the path here, but I'm not sure they're taking that path. I think they go straight up the hill, which is going to make it even steeper. So to be confirmed, but I believe this was what happened in the open race. And I believe if this is exactly the same course, well, chances are we will see them go straight up the hill. Welcome back, Aid Station Fireball, always faithful here on those live coverage. And yes, we are definitely hoping for a visual on Zach Hanna as well as Cesare Maestri. I don't know if there is any intermediary time. Nothing more has been delivered to us, I'm afraid. Last we checked, but that I don't think that's very relevant. Cesare Maestri was in 17th position, but that was only after 2.5 minutes of racing. Joe Gray was in 13th. So as you can see now, Joe Gray is running in 5th position and creeping up on the top 4. So it is. I don't think it means anything right now. This ranking that I've been giving you, we got to wait for another intermediary time that so far we do not have. So we're going to have a quick interview with mountain running legend Jonathan Wyatt coming from New Zealand. A big shout out to all the Kiwis watching. And he was in the open race.
Introduce yourself so we have the correct insert.
Right, my name's Jonathan Wyatt. I'm originally from New Zealand, but I probably call myself half Italian now. And it's fantastic to come back where I've had so many great Berglauf mountain races in the past, including 21 years ago winning the World Trophy here, right here in Innsbruck.
You won 5 or 6 world champion titles. You won everything you can win in trail and mountain running. Today you're taking part in the open race, the vertical. What's the idea of this vertical and how are you feeling right now?
Yeah, look, it's going to be fun to try a race again, but I'm for sure not going to push myself like the championship runners today. I know the course is really tough. It's going to be a good test, but to be honest, it's just so nice to be back among friends and of course so many fit and excited athletes.
Do you think you could still run in the elite field as well, or are you an open racer nowadays?
I'm definitely an open racer. There comes a time when when you know it's the right time to put your racing head and put it away. And now I like to run as much as possible, but for sure I run for fun.
What's the special appeal of a vertical race?
Yeah, look, it's something that I've, really when I first started off-road running, I was just good at it. I was just good at running uphill. I think I have a good efficiency and a good style for that. But yeah, that's what I really concentrated on over all my career, and most of my titles are, well, 5 titles in uphill and only 1 in going up and down.
Only 1?
That's right, only 1 up and down.
The World Championships just started. What do you expect of Innsbruck-Stubai, of these World Championships, and what have you seen so far?
Yeah, I'm really excited, and it's become a really big event, combining trail running and mountain running together. I think it's so exciting for the sport, and of course now we have a much bigger public as well, a bigger audience, and it's really important for the sport to grow.
I see you still have to catch your bib, so I won't keep you, and have a safe race and a fun race.
Yeah, safe race. I like that. I like that one. I'm hoping for a safe race, and as I like to say, I'm here for a good time, not a fast time.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
What an absolute legend, Jonah Wyatt. I'm sure the whole of New Zealand is excited to see him again and catch a glimpse. I hear he's going to be back in New Zealand, so it'll be a chance to catch up with him. Back in a race, ladies and gentlemen, Patrick Kipengeno now has made the move that I believe he was going to be able to do from Kenya. A bit confused here with the water bottles thrown on the ground. I think there's a zone where they can pick up stuff and drop it off, hence why the wandering face. And so, yeah, potentially it could be a trash bag right there, but I think it's a bit close to the aid station. So this was second place, Levi Kiprotich from Uganda, followed by Josephat Kiprotich as well. From Kenya, and then 4th place from Uganda, Eliop Cherop. And then we should expect, there's a bit of a gap here, but in 5th position coming from the US, Joe Gray, there he is. He'll be going around, and he's creeped up pretty strong. And here, neck to neck and going back and forth again and again. Ambrogo Kiriago Philomen and Danny Osans from Spain. Look at it. Danny is taking the lead back over Ombogo. The race is on. Another runner from Uganda, Dismas Yeko. And Philemon Abraham should be following very shortly after. Man, this is stacked. This is going on. Oh, wow. So that's the aid station, and I believe that is exactly, I haven't had the chance to get on the course. Another runner from the US here. Oh no, that's for Joe Stewart. My bad, from Great Britain. Oh, I'm gonna get told off. And then Hilary Kimyago from Kenya. Roberto De Lorenzi should follow very shortly as well.
Vamos Mexico!
And I think it was Manuel Santiago. Sorry. So, Patrick Kipengeno in the lead currently of this 2023 World Vertical Championships. And as I was saying, I got caught up here a little bit, but here, that is the aid station, and this is where they take this 180-degree left-hand turn to get onto the more rolling part. And that would means that now there could be changes in positions for the runners who have an ability to run really, really fast on flatter sections. And as you can see, the aid station is a bit crowded because this is also where the team leaders for every country to attend and offer whatever the runners are wanting, whether this is water, an energy drink, gels, whatever they require, and they're seeking after some half an hour run, and then probably another 10-15 minutes of racing hard out. And there we go, it's good. We're starting to see public on the side of the trail. Patrick Kipenjingo, that man can run uphill, flat, and even downhill. I believe we'll expect him to also race the classic race on Saturday. There we go. And already a 29-second gap. Can you believe that on Levi Kiprotich and Josvat Kiprotich as well? Less than 15 seconds later, Roberto De Lorenzi. I think we missed him on the images. He was still like close to the top 10, 12th position. Who else do we have? Cesare Maestri, a bit further back. Manu Mesa, I think, first in the French for the French team. And then we're dropping down with all these runners representing their country, running strong and proud. What a privilege to be able to run these World Championships here in Stubai. Started there just over half an hour ago.
Sommer im Stubai. Bewegt dich. Stubai. Stay focused at the World Mountain and Trail Running Championship, powered by Volkswagen R.
And there we go, we are back. And this is quite an insane push. Patrick Kipengeno had now over 49 seconds on second place from Uganda. Levi Kiprotich here that we see on these images in second place. Like I said, 49 seconds, 49 seconds back, and then another 10 seconds back is Jospat Kiprotich as well from Kenya. Eliud Cherop still in fourth place, holding on 110 back, and then 148 back is Joe Gray. That's going to be tough for Joe Gray to break into the top four. And then from Kenya coming back, the battle is on between Omborgo and Dismas Yeko from Uganda has actually moved up, and Danny Osans is another second back. Danny, I believe, first European breaking into the top 10. Philemon Abraham from Germany as well, and Joe Stewart from the UK rounding out this top 10 right now in the World Championship of this vertical race, all uphill. And if you're joining us right now, these are the last 1.1 kilometer of the 7-kilometer race, and that features 200 meters. So that's about 25% of the climb, of the total climb. No, 20%, my bad. I'm really not good at math. 20% of the total elevation gain on that race. And you see now people are stacking up on both sides of the trail to witness greatness running uphill. That's going to be quite insane. We can start seeing them in a distance. I think we all are now like nose right onto our screens. And I am a bit confused because on the results with the checkpoints, it was Patrick Kipengeno that was pointing in first place, but I feel like it's the Ugandan jersey that we have on the images, Levi Kiprotich. So I don't think they could have gone wrong with the intermediary time. So I think, yeah, no, that's it. That is Patrick. What a performance, ladies and gentlemen. We can see here his silhouette still running up and being cheered by the Australian crowds as well as international crowds, because everybody has come to check out the finish of that course. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an insane performance by Patrick Kipengeno, who will do this in less than 40 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Less than 40 minutes to run 7 kilometers and 1,000 meters of climb. This is a much better view, so you can appreciate truly. Oh yeah, there you go. That's the second. Thank you for this information. I was dropping dead. I'm like, oh my God, have we lost the first place? So truly, Patrick Kipengeno, in first place from Kenya, who's about to win. There we go. There he is on the images. Who's about to win in less than 40 minutes, which is absolutely mind-blowing. And then Levi Kiprotich from Uganda will probably take second place because he had a 10-second lead on third place. So we'll see if that holds together or if Kenya could potentially take both gold and silver in this World Championship, because that climb, ladies and gentlemen, that climb is not over. And look at it. They're getting really in the heart of it. This is an absolute wall. And I tell you what, stay tuned for the women's race, because I really believe that in that very section, changes can be made all the way until a change of potential leader. I won't give you names right away, but look at this start list. I'm sure you all know, you're all super fan of all these races, so you already have your potential favorites. But this is going to be an exciting race, just as exciting in the women's race. So stay with us. It's going to be just after. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. You are your current leader in the Vertical World Championships. He has gone through the last intermediary point, and who will make me lie? I thought, look at him smile. This is so good. This is so good. He knows he has it in the bag. He can see the finish line, giving away high fives. What a legend. Ladies and gentlemen, Patrick Kipengeno will take gold in this 2023 Vertical World Championship, the uphill vertical. in the mountain running field. This is, again, wow, what a legend. Look at it, making it look too easy. He can be happy, he can be proud. Today he was the best, and by an absolute long shot. Patrick Kipengeno taking gold, representing Kenya, and probably contributing to making Team Kenya as well take the lead. Nancy here, American Trotting Association, also in charge of the American team, is here obviously, congratulating all the runners. And look at this, he still has the ability to go for a round of high fives, and there's still no one to be seen. What a difference he had made, and how far he pulled away on the rest of the field. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, second place from Uganda, Levi Kiprotich. Still running extremely strong and still running in that last section. There we go. These camera runners can give you a much better perspective on how crazy steep that very last section is. That will be quite incredible to watch, and especially if there is some sort of sprint finish or like runners that are battling out for places. I think this is going to be quite incredible. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, your second place in the Vertical World Championship 2023 is coming from Uganda, Levi Kiprotich. And then in third place now, about 15 seconds back, will be coming from Kenya, Jofat Kiprotich as well. And no, there has been a change. Oh yeah, no. I'm just getting confused. There's just so many cameras going on. But there we go, Levi Kiprotich from Uganda. Then Jofat has crossed the finish line, and he's congratulated by Patrick Kipengeno. And then another runner, Eliud Cherub, should be crossing the finish line. Oh, there we go, he has. So we got two Kenyans, two Ugandan runners. Joe Gray is coming in next, squeezing. Ooh, he still managed to hold on to fifth place. Team America will be proud. And there we go, Danny Osens, ladies and gentlemen, representing Spain. They know each other, they've raced each other. So Danny is congratulating Joseph Gray for his fifth place. Man, Danny can be proud. Danny, well done. This man is everything but a professional runner. He's a doctor and still managed to race at absolute world-class level. Right behind, it's a massive battle. Joe Stewart actually moved up the field to pass Philemon Abraham to take 8th place. Philemon for Germany takes 9. And to round up the top 10, it's actually coming from Switzerland, Roberto De Lorenzi. Well done. I was telling you he would definitely move up the field. An extremely strong runner that we see a lot in the Gold Trail World Series. And followed by another countryman, Dominic Rolli from Switzerland. And then we are a bit out of the top 12. Hilary Kimiago from Kenya. And then Julius Ott from Germany. Andrea Rostan from Italy. Dismas Yeko, Uganda. Who was much closer to Kiprotich during the selection for Worlds, but apparently didn't have the best of days. Again, this is the course of a day from Italy. I think this is Andrea Rostan here, collapsing in the finishing area. And Alexandre Ricard from Canada finishes in 17th position after going extremely as hard as he could on that first lap. And then it was Manu Mesa for France, collapsed on the finish line, and followed by Theodore Klein. I think we've missed quite a few. Quentin Milieu as well in 18th place. Now they will keep going. So, ladies and gentlemen, keep cheering for your runners. They're going to keep coming. We're going to try and have images of everyone so you back home can catch a glimpse of your fellow countrymen who have given everything they had for this this edition of the vertical race here, starting in Innsbruck-Stubai. And I can tell you that much, it is getting hot here. So there we go. You had the French team here at the front, led by Manu Melitza, who was the first of the French team to cross the finish line, 16th position. Quentin Milieu, 18th, and 20th, Theodore Klein. So I think when it comes to country ranking, Kenya with first, third, 7th, and 12th, knowing that they take only the top 3. I think it is in the bag. It will be, I want to say it will be followed by Uganda, but their third runner is 15th. However, I do not see any other country who managed to squeeze 3 runners in that top 20. And yep, so everybody, you can see they all going for water. They all trying to cool down because the weather has been hot, and despite what we saw earlier with a bit of wind, with all the flags up in the air, I think this is going to be even hotter for the women's race, where we expect quite a fair fight between some of the world's best uphill runners. Just like we witnessed here. It's insane how fast that is, like sub 40 minutes, just over 40 minutes, 40:18 for Patrick Kipengeno to take the win in that vertical for 7 kilometers and 1,020 meters of gain to get to this beautiful finish line, the Elderhütte, from which you've already had the opportunity to take advantage of that 360 views of the valley and over the whole Tyrol region. And obviously all the runners are now not running for time, but for place, because if some of them are trying to score points for their country, every position counts, because we're still following the mountain running rules, which means every position equals points, and obviously that's the team with the least amount of points that takes the gold. However, in the trail running events, it's going to be tomorrow the trail short race, and the day after on Friday the trail long race. It's going to be based on time. And therefore, completely different ball game. Because if you see no one ahead of you or behind you, if you go for place, well, you can relax and chill. But if you go for time, every second counts. So you're gonna have to give everything and more all the way until the finish line. If you're, it's not if, say because you are running for your country and try to get the best team ranking as well. Kane Rayleigh also from South Africa. Good to see him here. Kane has been a very, very strong runner for many years. I would expect him to do the trail short, but maybe he chose to do that one. Definitely strong on technical and a good human above all. Who else potentially do we have that I could tell you about? And there we go. This is the race recap. of the race. So the first part, as I said, we can break it down into 4 parts. First part was 900-meter loop around town, very on the flat. Kenyans and Ugandans really took it at heart, took the lead, and they've been battling in this second stage of the race, which was the really crazy uphill. They get to the aid station, and that was the third section of the race, meaning it was now flat-ish, undulating terrain, but it didn't come and it didn't challenge any of the front runners, Kenya or Uganda. Patrick Kipenjeno, once he took the lead, was never to be seen again and finished with an insane lead, 1 minute and 33 precisely on second place, finishing all smiles, knowing he has it in the bag. What an absolute legend. He was the best by a long shot today, taking gold for Kenya. He was followed by Levi Kiprotich from Uganda, like I said, 1 minute 33 later. And then 1 minute 46 later was Josephat Kiprotich from Kenya, so another Kenyan runner. And then another runner from Uganda, Eliud Cherop. And Joe Gray in 5th place for Team America. He was followed closely, less than 10 seconds, by Danny Osans from Spain, Ombogo Kiriago Philemon from Kenya as well, running up the Kenyan team, still in the top 10 in 7th place. Joe Stewart, first Great Britain runner to cross the line in 8th. 9th was Philemon Abraham from Germany, and to round up the top 10 was Roberto De Lorenzi from Switzerland. Now we move on to the women's race. And boy, I can tell you, there's going to be at least as much, if not more, drama going on. And I'm hoping personally some more back and forth plays in the front pack. I think now we're still following. You're still there. So I would like you all to tell us who you believe will be in the top 3 in that woman vertical race. Ready? Go! And yes, Jacob, just to answer your question, Jim Walmsley was actually a did not start status. There we go. We got the first name coming up. We got Kimi Schreiber. Give us names, and then I will tell you who I believe has the shot. So Matthew Ali Mack, I could not agree more. Lisa Hegarty, let's go. Hey, Team Normal. Big shout out. I don't know where you're commanding from, but hello to the whole team in Norway. I'm reading a lot of names here. Yes, Mr. Metzler, I could not agree. There's going to be hell of a fight. Ali Mack racing Grayson. Grayson had the best over Ali Mack on the kind of the selection race to come to this place. But that's slightly different course, I believe. And on the last part, on the very steep part, I believe Ali Mack could do well. But so far, there's still a name I haven't seen, and I really believe that could do well. I'm gonna keep. I think Denise Dragomir sadly is injured, but yes, there we go. Adele, I agree with you. Andrea Meyer, we should expect her to see her right up at the front. Extremely fast runner, twice Olympian in the marathon, multiple time. I think she's got 6 world titles. It's good to see you all out here. And ready, you are ready. You've done your homework. You know all the names. So we'll see now who will deliver on the day. Big shout out to Team South Africa, Meg McKenzie here that we had seen. And I'm sure she was stoked about Kane's result if she had a chance to check that out while warming up. Et attention, Sylvain Cachard, who's I don't know what he's doing. You're practicing English, Sylvain? But yes, I think there's a name that has not come up yet and could really be part of the top 3 on the podium. Coming from France, Sarah McCormack as well, indeed. Oh man, this is going to be a hell of a battle. And again, so see, this is a very smart move. I do not know that lady, but she's put water over her. We've seen the men struggling a little bit with the heat. This is only getting hotter here in Stubai. So making sure that you're nice and cool for the start will definitely make a difference later on. Here's the start list per country. All right. We got quite a crowd here for Sarah McCormack. A name that hasn't come up, but she had done extremely well. She's coming back. Will be Judith Wieder as well from Switzerland. She's been doing extremely well. I don't know if she's back at her top level, but in her strongest years, she was definitely a very, very dangerous runner. Greetings, Maria from Zinal. This is, if there is a town that knows about mountain running, this is definitely Zinal, the finish line of the Sierre Zinal race, one of the classics in a WMRA circuit, as well as the Golden Trail World Series, where we always see kind of the clash between the mountain runners and the trail runners. And there we go, we're getting into the zone. Final thoughts. And again, quite a set of different attitudes. Some people are kind of moving, staying up, listening to the music, getting in the zone. It's getting quiet. Some have a really good attitude, and I think that really is part of the secret sauce for the win. It's just being there for the right reasons and knowing that the job has been done. Racing should really be a celebration of all the hard work that has been performed, the compromises, just the hard effort, the blood, sweat, and tears put through the training. And once you're on the starting line, it's just, yeah, it should be a celebration. It should be like, now it's game on. Job's done. And all you gotta do is give the best of yourself. And not less, I mean, it's easier said than done, but not less stress, pressure, internal pressure because you want to do well, external pressure because your country, your sponsors, your people close to you want to do well as well. I don't know what's happening here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are 30 seconds before the 2023 Vertical World Championships for the women's category. And here you go. My guess, it's gonna be Andrea Meyer on that first section, going quite hard and making sure she will secure a top position before they get to that gate. Christelle Dewa should be in the mix as well. Grayson Murphy, 100% sure she won't be there because she's an extremely fast road runner. Ali Mack, there she is, from America also. Will make sure she is in the lead. Look at her running with her mouth closed, making the best of running and training at altitude. And so that's my guess. Andrea Meyer potentially, Grayson Murphy, I don't see her yet, but she will be there, no doubt about it. We We got Sarah McCormack right a little bit in the back. There she is, Grayson, with a one-piece suit for USA, staying right in the mix. A bit of a similar scenario with Kenyan and Uganda runner taken out really hard, but the two American that we expected, Brian Metzler, give us both names first. Ali Mack and Grayson Murphy still holding strong against that charge from Kenya and Uganda. And we've seen that with Joe Gray. He was quite far back at the first checkpoint, and yet he managed to come back. This is what it's so hard in those races. You have to go at your own pace. You cannot go past the red zone because otherwise you can never come back. It's just so hard when you're racing uphill to get back to a decent pace. I had not realized, but there's a bit of a descent here, so you gotta start like keeping yourself together. This is where the core work session at the gym will make the whole difference, to keep yourself together. And there we go. This is the finish of that first lap. 2 minutes elapsed since the start. And Ali Mack checking out her watch to ensure maybe she's not overreaching. And things are about to get real. As soon as they'll hit the track, the pace will slow down significantly and they will get into climbing mode. And this is where things will settle. Very similar situation here as in the men's race. So Chelangat from Uganda has taken out the lead on that famous gate. So that's we go. You really want to avoid hitting it. That will give you a bit of an adrenaline boost if you do. Christelle Dewald was there, probably in top 15. Running on the flat is not her forte, but as soon as things will get steep, she'll get stronger and stronger. So from Kenya, Valentine Ruto was there, Joyce Mutioni, Teresa Horchova from Czech Republic was there, Filiaris Kisong. I believe Filiaris Kisong will move up the field as it gets steep as well. Susanna Sapunki from Finland, and then together were Grayson Murphy and Ali Mack. And then from Romania, Monica Marina Florea and Immaculate Chemutai in 10th place from Uganda. So Team Uganda, 2 runners in the top 10. Kenya, 3 runners in the top 10. USA, 2 runners in the top 10. Once again, I don't know if we're going to have images from the front of the field with our camera runners or if there's going to be a bit of a pause here on the live images. There we go. Hopefully our camera runners have recovered. Be reassured, they are different camera runners, so they kind of take turns. And this is it, ladies and gentlemen. Team USA is moving up. It's getting steep, and already they have not waited long. Ali Mack is making a move now. Ladies and gentlemen, check this out. Oh la la. She means business. She knows she's here. She is the 2022 uphill champion back in Thailand. She had taken the win ahead of everyone and actually after taking a very early start. And she is reproducing that effort, trying to keep them at bay in the flat and now into the climb. Ladies and gentlemen, representing Team USA, Ali Mack is now in the lead of the 2023 World Championship of Vertical in the women's field. How exciting. I caught a glimpse of Grayson Murphy not too far back. So maybe she's pacing herself. Maybe she's also moving up the field. I was telling you that it is quite challenging to pass on that single track. But Ali Mack certainly made it look easy and has flown by the front runners, Chelangat and Ruto from Uganda and Kenya. What an exciting move early in this race. I was telling you that was going to be exciting, and this still is. But ladies and gentlemen, let's not bury the Kenyan, Ruto and Mutoni. They are still here in contact. with Ali Mack now setting the pace. Out hard. I think Grayson Murphy has fallen back a little bit. All right, well, Mack attack, love it. Well done, Lokji. Mack attack, this is probably something that will remain. And indeed, it is very inspirational. This is getting a little flatter, but not for long. Ali Mack is trying to keep them in check, see what's going on behind her. Now there's a group of two pulling away from the rest of the field. And it's Joyce Mutoni together with Valentin Ruto. And on that flatter section, the Kenyans might try and regain the lead on Ali Mack. But Ali Mack knows it. She has a game plan. She knows that that very last section on the steep, she is an absolute beast. And she, like, the other, I think I saw the one piece of Grayson Murphy, so it's good to see her probably taking advantage of that flatter section to reel in the lead pack and get back into the mix. There we go, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Team USA has now two runners in the mix. I was telling you, two possible different styles. Grayson still running, and Ali Mack power hiking, while the two Kenyans, Valentin Ruto and Joyce Mutoni, have claimed back the lead and are now setting the pace. Still on that first section of the steep part. Still in the shade. What a hard effort. Grayson Murphy was talking about those vertical races, and she said, this feels like an 800-meter effort, but you have to make it last for 40 minutes. And since the men's ran 40 minutes, I think that challenging course will end up taking slightly longer for the women's. So we'll be probably in 43, 44 minutes for the women's, I believe, for the top woman to cross the finish line. And it feels like right now the group of four, and those are, I believe, the four Kenyan runners. So Valentin Ruto, Joyce Mutoni, and Filiaris Kisong. Filiaris Kisong, I was telling you, would definitely be moving back up the field. She's done extremely well in mountain races in these past years. And then it feels like Ali Mack has dropped back a little bit off the front. And I think she's right behind the Ugandan runner Annette Chelangat, who has moved back into 5th place. But it's still all in a nutshell. They're still all very, very close to one another. Camera runner has dropped back a little bit. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there we go. There she is, ladies and gentlemen. I was telling you about her. Andrea Meyer has now made the move and is starting to come back extremely strong. The local runner is here. She said, if the World Championship is happening in my country, I'm going to be back, and I'm going to be back strong. And there she is now, moving up nice and steady. She knows the course like the back of her hand, so she will be one of the athletes who will manage her effort absolutely bang on according to every section of the course, to make the best out of everything, be able to change gear when it goes flat, to go strong on the uphill. And I can certainly expect her to finish very, very strong. And seeing that all these runners right now, I think there's 6 of them all together, man, anything can still happen. Any of these women here could take the title, could take the gold and bring it home. And here you can appreciate still world-class athletes now, a little bit off the lead, power hiking up that very steep slope. It is insanely steep with those steps. Luckily, it's a bit shaded, but it shows you again how those leaders are, like how insane it is to see them run on such steep sections. Let's get back, and again, big round of applause for our camera runner, still alive, and showing us the rest of the field. Let's see if I can catch someone. There's another American. Yeah, George, the camera's going to have a heart attack. Oh, hopefully not. Christelle Dewell here. Ali Mack, oh no, she's fallen back a little bit. Has she given a little bit of too strong of an effort early on? We'll know. We shall find out. And this is a course preview. If you have missed it for the men's, first 900 meters on the flat in town, and there we go. They take left-hand turn here, boom, through a gate, and that's when the real things start happening. This is a really steep section on the switchbacks on that mountainside, all in the shade, but still steep and technical. And all the way up, you see that 180-degree left-hand turn. This is where the aid station is located, and this is where they start to transition into a much faster section, kind of traversing the whole mountain to get onto the other side, and then to get to the last part, the last 1.1 kilometer straight up the ski slope. So there you go. This is going to be extremely fast, and where we could potentially see some changes in the lead, and a road runner like Grayson Murphy could really also make a difference. And there we go, the switchbacks of hell all the way up the ski slope and into the finish line. It is a true beautiful mountain running course, all uphill. And as you see, 7.1 precisely, and just over 1,000 meters of elevation gain to join that Elfehütte. I struggle with the local names, but after starting in Stubai. So there we go. Camera runner has finally decided that he couldn't go any further. So we'll see now the back of the pack going through all these legends. Because I say back of the pack, but this is a world-class pack, ladies and gentlemen, so please don't think I am undermining the performance of all these ladies. Making it to the starting line of this World Championship is an achievement in itself, and a privilege to be representing their country here in this beautiful Tyrolean area. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have a quick commercial break, and we'll be back shortly.
Sommer im Stubai. Bewegt dich. Stubai. Stay focused at the World Mountain and Trail Running Championship, powered by Volkswagen R.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are back, still on that Women's World Championship in the vertical race. Here started in Stubai, in the Tyrolean region. We are in between Stubai and Innsbruck for these 4 days of the World Mountain and Trail Running Championships. 4 days, 4 distances. It's going to be quite insane. Now we are from another camera runner, and I believe if the move has been made on... I think it is true. Andrea Mayer has made the move and she is now in the lead. I was telling you, ladies and gentlemen, that we needed to keep an eye out for Andrea Mayer. She has taken the lead over all the Kenyans and the Uganda runner, including also Grayson Murphy from the USA. She was there and she is not anymore. What an incredible move here, and as someone was saying in the chat, rightfully so, I think the men's can learn something about women's racing type and keeping things extremely exciting, for all of us. Andrea Mayer has now put on a surge, and this is quite insane, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't know if you're familiar with this woman. She was 6-time mountain running world champion 2006, 2008, 2010, 12, 14, and 16. So that was a long time ago, and she was born in 1979, so she's not like one of the youngest, but she has heaps of experience. She is on her home turf, and that, ladies and gentlemen, gives you the field advantage, the home advantage. She has been training on that course, and she is here also with the intention of doing well for her country, and that is something that can truly transcend you and enable you to do performances that are completely out of this world. And right now, this is exactly what she's doing. She is reproducing an effort that is absolutely world-class, staying hidden in the early stages and putting on a surge where probably it was going to be hurting her competitors the most. And yeah, quite insane move here in the women's race in the vertical. Let's have a look at the race recap. And there we go, the start of the women's race that has just started some 19 minutes ago. Like in the men's, the Ugandan and Kenyan runners have taken the lead, pushing the pace at an incredible pace indeed. Ali Mack and Grayson Murphy were in the mix, trying to not lose too much ground. And then there's been a change. I don't know if we'll see that attack from Ali Mack in the early stages to take the lead, but on the flatter section, the Kenyans have claimed the lead back, and Annette Chilangat and Valentin Ruto had made the move together with also Joyce Mutoni and Philaris Kisong. And they had taken the lead up to about midway of that first steep section. But as you've seen on the images before the race recap, something insane happened, something that all the locals were dreaming about. It's Andrea Mayer, the local runner here who was quite far back in the early stages, has paced her effort absolutely perfectly to come and hit hard all her competitors, reeling the lead pack right after that kind of runnable section, and then put the hammer down to take the lead and actually already open a gap, as we saw on the images right a few seconds ago. So there we go. That was the start again. where the three Kenyan runners and Annette Chelangat from Uganda were leading the pack, going into that climb and through that gate. So take a look at Ali Mack. I'm worried that she actually hit the pole on the side. Yeah, she did. My God, that probably didn't help. And that's where it happened. Ali McLaughlin from the United States had made the move. I know her parents are here. If they're watching, big shout out to them. They've have hell of a human as a child. They can be proud. And we're back with the female leader in this vertical world championship, Andrea Mayer, the local hero, the local legend. He's doing it again. She is doing it again, pushing the pace. And yeah, if someone is not happy about this, that's probably a camera runner. But he knew what he signed up for, so keep it up, buddy. Big shout out to the whole production team and those camera runners who are offering us those images. So I believe right behind Andrea Mayer, about like 10 seconds back, I would bet that Philaris Kisang would be in there, but I couldn't quite catch the bib number, so I don't want to tell you lies. There's a bit of a river crossing here. So 22 minutes elapsed. I think in the men's, they were getting very, very close, or if not past that aid station and transition into the flatter section. So I believe any time now we'll have images again of the female leader going through that aid station with the fixed cameras, and see a little bit the damage that Andrea Mayer would have done on the lead pack, and confirm whether or not the second place runner from Kenya will be Philaris Kisang, or if it will be Valentin Ruto or Joyce Mutoni. And it is indeed Philaris Kisang. I'm glad that I'm not too bad at what I do. Sometimes she has shown incredible strength in these past years, running extremely well at many races. And she shows here she is keeping Andrea Mayer in check. I mean, those races, it's like cross-country. You sneeze and you lose 10 places. So everybody has to be on top of their game. And hopefully we'll have a battle all the way until the end. And so then it will be interesting to see. I think there was a couple of more female runners from Kenya right behind Philaris Kisang. So whoever is in third place, whether it's Valentin Ruto or Joyce Mutoni, is yet to be found out. But I think they are in their last switchbacks before the aid station. And it's insane. It's insane to still be running on those trails. What a what an effort! What an inspiration! I don't know about you, but as soon as this race is done, I'm gonna go out for a run. There we go, Grayson Murphy, ladies and gentlemen, representing Team USA. Let's not forget about her, because on that flatter section, we know that she can run extremely fast, and she's not here for a second. She wants the win. She wants the gold for Team USA. So Valentin Ruto is in third place currently, but being chased and hot on her heels is indeed Grayson Murphy from the US. And Grayson Murphy will also be running the Mountain Running Classic on Saturday. So my apologize, I cannot translate that German commentary, whatever we're getting from the studio. But yeah, this is mind-blowing to still be running on that. I'm saying it again. There you go. I was telling you, you know, like you can be power hiking up the hill at the same pace that another runner would be running. And the fact, like when you do that, bent over, hand on knees, and you use a different muscle chain, so that could help you rejuvenate your legs and be able to have another kick. I think shortly we have an interview with Ali Mack from the US, and see what she had to say.
I'm Allie McLaughlin. I'm 32 years old from Colorado Springs, Colorado. I am running the vertical and classic mountain. One of my biggest achievements in running was winning the World Championships last year. And outside of running, I'm a base jumper. I played ice hockey and lacrosse, and to make varsity lacrosse, we had to run an 8-minute mile. And so at tryouts, like, I was so focused on the running part of it, and it just, like, I ran like a sub 5:30, I think, one time, and I was like, I just got so much gratitude from that I realized running was what I really like to do. And so, and I played midfield, and so yeah, then I joined cross country and went to college, and then I'm here. Trail running for me is definitely my first love of a sport. I play a lot of sports, do a lot of other stuff too, but there's nothing like trail running because it takes you to so many places, and it's something you can do alone and just have time to yourself, and you feel this sense of accomplishment no matter what kind of run you do. It just kind of, you have a high for the rest of the day, and I love it. So to be honest, I have not seen the VK course yet. I've seen pictures, I've talked to my teammates. Sometimes I like to go into a race not overthinking much, so I kind of purposely am not looking at it. Also, since it's not close by here, I thought it would be better just to like chill here. But I've heard a lot of intel on it, and I'm really excited for the very end. It sounds like it's straight up, and that's kind of my style. So if I'm in a position to pass anyone, I hope I can do it there before the end. This is my first time in Innsbruck, and just landing in the airplane, it was just gorgeous. The town is so colorful against the high mountains, so definitely excited to be here. And it's a big paragliding spot, more in Stubai it sounds like, and I'm really excited to do that. The World Championships are so special because just walking around and seeing everyone in their country's gear is just exciting to me, and everyone's culture kind of comes together, and we realize like we're all so similar in the fact that we love trail running.
Yes, what a great human and runner as well. So we're back with the vertical a little bit further back to field. And those steps look absolutely brutal. You see how steep it is. You can put your hands on the ground and try to lift yourself up. I think our camera runner has called it a day. Hats off. Thank you for your hard efforts. We certainly appreciate that. And then there we go. Another one. I don't know how far back the field we are. I think we are with French runner Christelle Dewal. Christelle Dewal, nice and steadily creeping up the field.
Hi, Christelle.
And we have Laura Hottenroth from Germany, together with Christelle, and you can hear the cheering because that was one of the camera runners, and he's from France, so he knows Christelle, and he's giving her a few words of encouragement.
Allez. Come on.
And I can tell you that much. There we go, with the current leader of the Women's Vertical World Championships. Started this morning about half an hour ago from Stubai. Andrea Meyer going through the 8th station, and now things are about to get real. That's the transition. She knows the course, she knows exactly what's going to happen. Now is the flatter section. It's kind of undulating, so you have to change gear from like slow grind and just uphill strength. Now you have to reopen, knees up, and push the pace. But the gap she has opened on second place is absolutely insane. Like, it looks like the race is now done and dusted. Phyllis Kisung right now in second place. She was 33 minutes back. Ladies and gentlemen, can you imagine that? And that is not even, like, that's past halfway. So we might have a similar time difference between first and second in the women's as we had in the in the men's race. Grayson Murphy here moved in second place. And that should suit her strength as well. So she has passed Valentine Ruto. Valentine Ruto might also be pushing the pace on that flatter section, but Grayson Murphy, very, very strong 5K roadrunner. She might take advantage of that section to keep the pushing the pace and potentially try and get closer and closer to the front spots. Currently sitting in third. Christelle de Waal, that we had seen on the images, was in 5th place, and Laura Hottenroth from Germany, there we go, there they are, in 6th place. And the battle is definitely on between these two women. I want to give you a piece of advice and what to expect, because on the flatter section, Christelle de Waal might not be the strongest, but on that last section, the 1.1 kilometer with 200 meters of climbing, where potentially the power hiking could really be making a difference, things could potentially happen. So right now, in terms of countries, we have currently in it's the current standings, not the final standings, of course. We have Austria for gold, Kenya for silver, and bronze for the USA. In a team race, actually, that's going to be interesting, because we've got Germany would be missing a third runner to do really well. And it continues. So that was Scout Atkin and then Annette Chengangat. Now on your screen, passing through the 8th station. Caroline Kite as well. Emma Pooley from Switzerland. I had been told she could do well. And she's right up there. Just outside of the top 10. I think it's Team Italy here all together. It's definitely a saying, pain shared is pain halved. So if they can run as a team and help each other out, that could help. That could make a difference. Again, mentally, there's just so much going on when your body is screaming you to stop. It's only the mind who can override that. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen, your current top 10 at this 8th station. Andrea Meyer already 33 seconds. This is incredible. Thanks, Brian. So it's good to have people who do the math in the background. Brian Metzler, Kenya, Italy, and Germany, top 3 teams so far. And at 8th station Fireball, I was actually silently asking myself the exact same question. And I do not have the answer to that. Our camera runner has taken... he's now following Andrea Meyer in the lead, and with a substantial lead, 33 seconds at the last checkpoint. And yes, Owen, true. She is the athlete who's the most recognized and was indeed a time trial mountain biker. So there you go, second place here. In Filierski song, I would say it's probably close. Hey Brian, I had not seen that there was an actual live ranking as well. I stuck to the live. All right, ladies and gentlemen, keep cheering. It is our home champion here, Andrea Mayer, who's in the lead of the women's vertical, the 2023 female world championship that started this morning in Stubai. And what an incredible performance it would be for Andrea Mayer to come and take simply a 7th world championship title. We saw earlier the interview with Jonah Wyatt. He was 6 times mountain running world champion. It would certainly be an inspiration for us all. 43 years young, Andrea Mayer, and still there and kicking butt. And so again, just like in the men's, all the team leaders from the respective countries are here to cheer on the runners, give them the splits if need be, and then also give them whatever they want or need, a bit of fluids. I don't know if it would be relevant to have fuel on such a hard, intense effort. But a few words of encouragement certainly goes a long way. And we're back with the leader, Andrea Mayer. And she's giving our camera runner a run for his money. Certainly we can hear the heavy breathing again. But it's good. It's good. It's showing us that she is pushing the pace extremely hard. And you can appreciate here this undulating trail that allows you to open up in stride and try to flow left and right to try and make the least amount of effort, picking the best trajectory and kind of almost gather your strength and everything for the final push that will be extremely intense. Grayson Murphy here.
Yeah, come on.
Is that the second woman? Has she made the move and passed Filierski song? I don't think so. Let's see. 13:32. No, she hasn't. So she is still sitting in third, chasing Grayson Murphy, and then it's still Valentine Ruto from Kenya who's sitting in fourth place. So these two women are like within seconds of each other, fighting for bronze. So it will be a head of a battle all the way until the end. And again, that change of terrain, that very steep part, will be a game changer. I really believe in that. Oh wow! Thanks, Tim Piggott, who's Emma's coach. and apparently Emma's doing the vertical today, and then the short trail tomorrow, which is a bit of a stretch, but probably you guys know what you're doing. The more traditional way to do it would be doing the vertical and then the mountain classic on Saturday. I know Grayson Murphy is doing that, Ali Max are doing that, and probably a lot of the other competitors in this race. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, a move has just been made. I was waiting before screaming like a maniac, but Philaris Kisung has made the move, has actually nice and slowly creeped up on the Andrea Mayer on that flatter section to make the best out of here and claim back the lead of that Women's Vertical World Championship starting from Stubai here. And this is on. They are in the last switchbacks. I can tell you that much, that with all the spectators, Andrea Mayer will be virtually and literally pushed up the hill to try and claim back that first position. The fight for gold is on, ladies and gentlemen. This is gonna be insane. And everybody now on the side of this hill realizes what's happening. And what a battle it will be all the way. Will Philaris be able to now pull away and hold off Andreas Mayer? Or Andrea will know exactly how to pace herself and let her go to believe that she could pull away, but she still has another gear ready to be pulled to claim the win. Oh, what a battle it's going to be. Grayson Murphy just went past, and I think she's pulled away a little bit. Still in third and made a little bit more of a gap with Valentin Ruto. And from Germany, Laura Hottenroth has made a difference and is now in fifth, just ahead of Christelle Dewatt from France. Look at these two. These are the first and second women in these Vertical World Championships. They are so close to one another. It's going to be an insane finish. I don't know about you, but I have sweaty hands. It is insane. And it looks like the two women are like not running necessarily stride for stride, but about the same pace. Oh, Philaris is looking back. She's looking back. Andreas is gaining. And this is a long climb. 1.1 kilometer with 200 meters of elevation gain. This is relentless. I'm speculating entirely here, but I think Andrea Mayer is pacing herself, just staying on Philaris Kisung, staying on her heels. She doesn't want to make the move too early. Keep another gear, just keep cranking, and then in the very later stages, because there is about some sort of a wall which probably will last 10-15 seconds, and then it kind of mellows down into a runnable section into the finish line. But no, Philaris Kisung has not, she's not fading at all. She keeps going, and now the gap is opening a little bit more. Those side views, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, can you realize we're watching these World Championships live from the air? We can experience that race right at the heart of it. This is quite insane. And look at this, and it's so close. And again, the perspective from the camera runners really makes a difference, because it gives you an understanding of how steep that hill is. And these two women, these two absolute legends, are still running stride for stride. Imagine the pain they're going through. The body must be screaming. Lactate in the legs, like fully loaded, and yet you just keep going. This is the beautiful sport of mountain running and trail running, is how capable you're gonna be able to. Oh yeah, this is the move, ladies and gentlemen. They might be the ultimate move for gold. Philaris Kisung is not slowing down, and Andreas has taken advantage. Andrea Mayer has taken advantage of that. She is pulling away. Philaris is not hiking. She has transitioned into hiking. What a race we're getting for the opening of these World and Mountain Running and Trail Championships. This is insane. Andrea Mayer has claimed back, and she's now holding on to the gold, pulling away from Philaris Kisung from Kenya. The gap is now opening more and more. I believe it's in the back for Andrea Mayer. Ladies and gentlemen, this is insane. This is insane. Ladies, 43 years of age, already 6 titles in the bag, on her way to a 7th. What an inspiration. I hope that all of you at home, especially the young ones, that will get you inspired to join and get involved in such a beautiful sport. That's it. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the move has been made. The gap is open. There's no coming back for Filiaris Kisang. Andrea Mayer now just has to hold on to that pace. Just keep consistent running all the way up. She's looking up, and that's the thing. I don't know if it's the home advantage, if it's the scream from the Austrian crowd, but she paced her race absolutely spot on, having still effort. Is she going off course? She's being pointed like, there we go. She's being put it back. I think it's Joe Gray who was there to witness the women's race, who kind of point her back in on course. And now Filiaris Kisang in the background is looking back, now thinking probably about preserving silver rather than fighting for gold. That gold medal is now virtually hanging around Andrea Mayer's neck, and I just can't believe it. This is insane. This is insane. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, you see, it is still far from the finish, as much as Andrea Mayer now has opened a gap that is not going to be closed. She is still 200 meters distance away from the finish. So that last climb is just insane. It's just relentless. And it's telling us something, because for the gold, like I said, the move has been made in an incredible fashion. She knew exactly when to make the move, and she's done it physically and mentally. She's just hammered Filiaris Kisang, and look at her. She knows once you're in this position, the pain doesn't matter. It's temporary, but the fact that she's gonna get a 7th title in her home country is absolutely out of this world and will last forever. So now, not that I want to take anything away from Andrea Mayer, we will look at her, we will follow her into crossing the finish line and getting gold, but I am extremely curious about what's going on behind her, because I really believe that there will be a fight for the rest of the medals. Filiaris Kisang has pulled back, but will she be able to hold off the chasing runners on that one? And it's Grayson Murphy and Valentine Ruto. And there she is, ladies and gentlemen, your 2023 Women World Champion in the vertical. I cannot imagine the joy, the happiness, the feeling of accomplishment that she is experiencing right now. But surely she is an inspiration for us all. Filiaris Kisang, she still kept going and is holding on, and she will bring silver home after still a very incredible race. Very strong performance, nothing to take away from Filiaris. Just Andrea was stronger today. And look at this, they are congratulating each other. This is also the beauty of this sport. Fight on the course, but we love those smiles. It's been such a good accomplishment. And Grayson Murphy in 3rd place for Team USA. At the last split, she was 1 minute and 8 seconds back from the lead. And there she is, taking bronze, ladies and gentlemen, Grayson Murphy representing Team USA. Woo! What an effort. And obviously celebrating the home champion. Whoa, she came back strong. Laura Hottenroth from Germany has passed Valentine Ruto and Christelle de Waal in the finish. Woo! I was telling you they would be changing in the later stages. I wish we had seen a little bit more what was going on, but she has made the move, and there she goes, crossing the finish line in 4th position. Laura Hottenroth and Valentine Ruto, followed by Christelle de Waal just shortly after. Very strong comeback from the German runner here. And Austrian athletic, obviously. All smiles after such an incredible performance. And the medical team trying to pick up those female ladies after they left everything out on the court. And I believe beyond the Austrian flag is the Tyrol flag that Andrea Mayer is holding really up high in the air. And it's a solid gap that those top 6 ladies have put on the rest of the field. Dominika Mayer from Germany will be 7th place across the finish line, putting 2 German runners in the top 10. In now that Brian has told me where the live team is, I can say that Kenya is still potentially in the lead with Germany and Italy next.
Andrea, gratuliere, Weltmeisterin bei der Heimatmeisterschaft.
Das kann echt nichts Schönes sein. Ganz ehrlich. Ich war mir nicht sicher. Die letzten 3 Wochen waren...
And
Sie mir hinter mir gestanden hat, geschaut, dass sie mich so weit wie möglich entlastet ist und jetzt hier, obwohl sie kaum gehen kann.
and a very emotional speech from Andrea Mayer. Thanking the crowds, thanking the public. Oh, and there she is, Ali Mack. It's good to see her alive. And definitely probably disappointed with her race, but still smiling at her team partner, shaking her head. Probably something went wrong today. Hopefully her shoulder's all right. So there we go, 30 seconds lead for Andrea Mayer onto Fideris Kisong, and all these 30 seconds have been made in the very last climb of that race. Sarah McCormack, we had a big crowd cheering for her, 21st position. Knowing that there was just over 100 participants who started this like about an hour ago down in Stubai to make it all the way to the Elferhütte refuge. As you can see here, beautiful, standing majestically over this 360 view of the Tyrolean mountains and that Stubai Valley. Runners are still finishing. Yeah, I was just saying, like, still just like in the men's, the women's are shooting for position for their team rankings. So every position counts. So if you have someone ahead of you, it might be worth giving an extra push just to get one more spot. And this is what's happening here. Actually, under your arms, there might be a sprint finish. It was in the right-hand corner, but we've just lost the angle. There might be, I think we're supposed to have interviews at the end from all these champions, hopefully male with replay, as well as the female runner. So bear with us. It is not quite over yet for today's race. All right, so in a few seconds, we will have a live interview of Andrea Meyer.
Victory on home turf. Stupid question, but how are you feeling at the moment?
I'm just feeling so happy. I cannot describe.
Super! Es gibt's ja nicht! You're celebrating, but nevertheless I have to ask you this question. How did you experience the race? Have you already realized how it went?
The first lap, like always, it was a quite flat lap just in the city. And I don't know, about 20th place, but there was not too much space to the front. And I knew my race would start when the uphill starts. And really nearly from the first meter uphill, I could overtake. And I was feeling good. And yeah, then I took the lead. And yeah, as soon as I took the lead, I had the feeling that I was chased by the others. And that's always you know you're leading, but on the other side you feel chased, and that makes a bit of a pressure. And yeah, and then there came the flat pass, and I just know that the flat pass is not mine. And I could hold the lead until the end of the flat pass, but then the Kenyan girl just came and overtook me, and I thought, oh, I didn't see her, I didn't feel her. But then after the first 2 minutes of the uphill, the speculators, they just cheered at me so loud, and they told me that I'm looking better than the first woman. And I said, okay, it's just, I don't know, just 5 more minutes, just keep on fighting. Yeah, and
that was the moment when you realized you could make it in first place?
Yeah, when I just came to the very steep part, and then I was leading there, I knew I could take it, but there was still some way to go, and yeah, it was a tough way to go up here, but I'm just so happy and proud.
Does it make a difference that you won this title at home in Austria in the Tyrol?
Yes, it makes a difference, because yeah, just so many people and my family is here, and yeah, it's just, and to be honest, it's a lot more pressure from the outside when you are running at home, and the better it feels when everything finishes like this. Yeah.
I know you want to go off to celebrate with your family. Congratulations, and all the best for the Queen of the Mountains of Austria.
Thank you. Woo!
Screams of joy, and this is where Grayson Murphy. I don't know. That's where Andrea Meyer, past Fiderski saying to take the win. And one thing that confirmed our thoughts was the power of home turf and the power of the crowds. And she's explaining in her own terms that she felt like, oh, okay, well, I'm getting past. But the crowd said to her, you look better than her, and that just can flip a switch in your brain. And just makes you stronger and come and find resources you didn't know you had, and push and have the ability to push a little harder that you believe you'd be capable of. So here we go, full race recap. Like we said earlier in the stages, Andrea Meyer was indeed far from the lead, probably, as she said, in the top 20. But then by the point, like after the first steep part where she had taken the lead, she made a move. Fiderski was still looking strong here, transitioning into that flatter undulating section, and this is where the move was made. She passes back and claims the lead again at an insane pace. So no wonder Andrea was like, okay, well, maybe this is gonna be a fight for silver. However, again, the power of the crowds, the home turf, and imagine the hours and everything that has gone these athletes have gone through, and this is it. As you said, on the steep part, the move is made. I'm losing my words here. The move is made, and gradually but surely, she would just pull away from Filaris, and we can witness it because she didn't see it. But as soon as she passed Filaris started walking, and that was it. And there she is, crowned for the gold, ahead of Filiaris for silver and Grayson Murphy for the US for bronze. So we went back to back between the men's and the women's. So we jumped straight into the women's race. But here's the recap of the men's race that just happened just before the women's race. If you were with us, obviously, you know it. And there you go, Patrick Kippengeno winning in true fashion. Bright smile on his face. Number one, first on top, and mission accomplished. And look at this, he has the ability to do a whole round of high fives before second place. Levi Kiprotich from Uganda comes in across the finish line.
How was the race for you?
1 minute 33 after.
First of all, I want to thank God for today winning race. And secondly, I want to thank the Mountain Federation, and I'm happy because I win the race today. Yeah.
Could you describe the race? How did you start? How was it in the middle, and how was it there?
The race was very competitive. You have a lot of big names in the race, and I thank God I managed until I win the race.
When did you know that you would win or that you could win the race? Don't say at the start.
When we were in the 2 kilometers, I was feeling I was okay. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
It's a second World Championship for you.
Yeah.
How does this feel? Have you already realized the feeling, or is it just overwhelming at the moment?
Yeah, very happy. It was really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
You had any time to look at the scenery here, at the landscape?
Pardon?
You saw how beautiful the area is, or you just ran?
Yeah, last year I was here in a race here, so the place is nice and the course is very good. Yeah, I enjoy it.
And look at that. That's what we like to see. A bit of celebration, a bit of happiness. Your top three male runner, Patrick Kippengeno, Levi Kiprotich, and Jofra Kiprotich, with two Kenyan runners on the podium. And still enough energy in the legs to throw a little dance. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed indeed. All right, team. I think this is it. I'm just waiting for the final confirmation if that live coverage is done for today. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thanks for being there, Brian. You helping me out, like support in the shadows. Thank you all for sharing the stoke for that beautiful sport of us. And actually, you were saying they give trees to plant, but no, this is actually quite a popular place because this whole forest is actually spruce trees, and I think this is where those trees are from, kind of a staple of this area in this mountain. So this is probably going to be the flower ceremony or the tree ceremony for the women's, unless they get something different. But yeah, that was it. And once again, thank you all for following, getting involved, getting the stoke. Yeah, you're very welcome, Lisa. Thanks for being here. Again, if it wasn't for you all, we wouldn't be here. So again, thank you, and this is thanks to you that we can actually have such fun live coverage and interactive live coverage. We see you supporting each and every country that are represented here, and once again, indeed, see you tomorrow and the day after and the day after, because tomorrow we get the trail short course going on, which is going to be at 9 a.m. local time. And then we get the trail long course, which is going to be the day after tomorrow, 6:30 a.m. Local time again. And I believe we'll see quite a few of these same runners. The Mountain Classic on Saturday, starting with the junior male at 10 a.m., junior female 11 a.m., and the elite male at 12, and the elite female at 2 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, we have your female podium for the day. And the local champion is still high from such a win, Andrea Meyer. Then in second place after a fierce battle with Filiaris Keystone, and coming from the US after a very smart race, Grayson Murphy. And the two indeed get those spruce trees that have offered these women, as well as the rest of the field, mostly a much appreciated shelter and shade as they were going up full gas that hill. Yeah, soak it in. 7th time. This is a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Sommer im Stubai. Bewegt dich. Stubai. Stay focused at the World Mountain and Trail Running Championship, powered by Volkswagen R.
Alles klar.
That was the World Mountain and Trail Running Championship, powered by Volkswagen R.